Hey y'all, it's your girl KV. Oh, let me turn on my light. I'm over here looking like campfire tales. There we go. Let there be light. Let's see, my baby been drawing on my board. That's what it's for, whatever. We are back with another, looks like it's gonna be the last one for a while, summer house review. I'm gonna start this one off, y'all. We already saw, right, where it's reported that Summer House is on pause. I said, what is a pause? Is it canceled? Is it coming back? Are y'all recasting? That's what I got my fingers crossed for, is that they do away with like half the cast. They do away with half the cast and they bring in some fresh people. Y'all got some more friends, call some more friends, because this wasn't hidden. Summer needs to stay at home. If she's not gonna be the bubbly, fun person that she was first season, she needs to stay home for a season or two. Amir needs to go. We do not need him anymore. We never really needed him. The one significant thing that he did was when he stood up to Phil when Phil was doing the most last season. But him showing his anti-blackness, those tweets coming up, his anti-black girlfriend, we just do not need that energy in the house. So that's Summer, that's Amir. Jordan can low-key go as well. On the reunion, they didn't even really have a Jordan package to show, because she just was there. She was just there this season. Like, what are we doing, girl? The only memorable time I can remember her this season was when they were at dinner and Alex told her, you've opened up. I feel like I know you more, now than I did last summer. And she popped off on, that's because you had my friend effed up. You had my friend effed up and I was gonna beat your ass, okay? That's why you ain't get to know me last year. Like, she just had got so rah-rah out of nowhere. So that's Amir, that's Summer, that's Jordan. I don't want to see Silas back. He wasn't there this season. I feel like it went a bit smoother as far as Jasmine goes. Bria, I'm on the fence about Bria. Y'all know I be wanting to give Bria a chance. But I feel like Bria is to Summer House who do I want to compare her to off the Housewives? I really can't. She brings the mess and people want to see the mess. So I feel like she ain't going nowhere. They gonna keep her there. We can have Jasmine back. We can have Noelle back. We can have Preston back. We can have Alex back. We can have Shanice back. And then with that, somebody said they need to bring a lesbian in to see what Shanice gonna do. If she gonna bust it off in front of lesbian. I said, y'all a hot mess. But Jordan, Amir, and Summer, they can go. A lot of people say Alex can go as well because he's boring, but I feel like Alex to me is the Cynthia Bailey. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't really gonna have too much commotion going on themselves, but they're the person that people kind of go to in the interim, if that makes any sense. Like, they know Alex ain't gonna be quick to pick a side, so people might go to vent to Alex before they go vent to Preston, especially after this season. But yeah, this reunion, we should have had 2 parts, especially since they put the show on pause. Like, they really treat this show like The Stepchild. It's like, Bravo will give us a black show, be like, her, dang, take your show. And then no promotion. Like I said, I only see Summer House Martha's Vineyard commercials when it's on. It'll be a commercial while the show is on. I never see a commercial while I'm watching other shows. To whereas Bravo has so many commercials on Peacock or on other networks. 'Cause I feel like I was watching something else and a Bravo commercial came up, and I'm like, this ain't even Bravo or Peacock. Like, why is this here? But they didn't do that for Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. So it's like they didn't put the promotion behind it. Even with the reunion, we made them get a reunion. And we could tell because they had them stuffed in the Watch What Happens Live Clubhouse. These people ain't even gonna give them a little ballroom at the St. Regis or at the Ramada Inn. They ain't even get no Ramada Inn little banquet room or something. Like, this was y'all best choice. Y'all gave these folks an extended Watch What Happens Live. I don't even want to call it a reunion. I don't even want to call it a reunion. So, like I said, it needed to be two parts because we didn't touch on Bria and why she's so bratty, how she fought with everybody in the house. She had a problem with everybody at some point. And we didn't talk about Jordan. We touched on Jordan, how she did Jasmine just a teensy bit, but we didn't talk about Jordan and what her problem really was this season with Jasmine and overall. We know about the alopecia. She told us about that. But other than that, Jordan was a sourpuss. Like, even when they did the invitations on the last night and Bria was just like, that was literally Jordan all season. That was literally Jordan all season, giving us nothing. Nothing. So, let's start. I didn't even pull it up, but I did say I was going to talk about the outfits. Summer House, Martha. I don't want the white one. Martha's Vineyard. Images. Reunion. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees, hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh. Y'all, the Meg concert is tomorrow. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hands on my knees, shaking on my thigh. Hands on my I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. Back to what we're here for. Y'all ain't come here to talk about no Meg. Let me get on topic. Okay, so let me show y'all the picture I'm looking at, right? This is the picture that I got going on. I'm gonna learn how to I know I'm gonna have to do it from a laptop when they be putting the pictures up there. Out the gate, worst dress, Jordan. Jordan looks ridiculous from head to toe. This shirt, and I love how everybody was on one accord, one band, one sound. Everybody's like, this shirt look like a fruit roll-up. And it does. Why does your shirt look like a fruit roll-up? It's got this it's this neck part on it. It's real tiny. I mean, it's just not giving customers most love. It's just not giving. And then the fact that she paired this fruit roll-up pleather looking top with this faux fur skirt, it upsets me and my homegirl. It really does. Does it echo? It echoes in here a little bit. I'm just not realizing that. I'm not done furnishing this place. As you can see, the picture still ain't up on the wall. Board just sitting there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? Especially with a toddler hanging on to you and a full-time job and trying to maintain a workout schedule and trying to eat healthy and trying to be a good wife. It's just a lot going on, okay? I hear my baby, she'd be so excited. Just happy. So Jordan, fruit roll-up top, faux fur skirt, and then to top it all off, this little synthetic wig on her head. Like, why didn't you go get a nice wig laid for reunion? Okay? Why? I get it. You got the alopecia. It makes things a little harder. You got spots, so it's not like you can get a sew in. You probably don't want to put glue down because it might take what's left of your edges up. But we just could have did so much better than this hair, y'all. The hair is really giving ghetto geisha. That's what it's giving. This little piece at the top, and then look, it's giving ghetto geisha. I hate everything about Jordan's look. The face card gives. Jordan is a gorgeous woman. That is all that is going for her here is the face. The makeup is not trash. That is literally all we can say about that. Next, we'll talk about Bria. Bria was super cute. Bria was like best dress, top two best dress for me. She's got the little sequin shirt on, dress on. It's real cute. The hair is simple. She added a few little tracks in there, maybe a little sewing. Got the hair is giving Bonnie, super cute. We'll just stick to that side. Shanice looks okay. I probably would have picked a different dress if I was Shanice. Shanice just looked like she, got on a little summer dress about to go on a park date or something. It's just there. I don't know if she needs more curves in the dress, or I just don't like the way the dress lays as well. It was different, but still she looks better than Jordan. Amir looked like he was trying to prove a point, okay, with this cutoff shirt. Clearly pink was the theme. Everybody's got on pink. Jordan's pink looks a little more red than everybody else's with that fruit roll up on her body. But Amir got on his little pink pants and he got the sleeves cut off. It was just like, Amir looks a mess. Alex, the cut of Alex's pants with the cut of his jacket was not working for me. It's like he had on some bell bottoms or something. I was not loving the pants. Like, I'm back here recording. I don't understand. All right. Alex, it didn't flow. It didn't flow for me. So going to the other side. Preston looked like he's trying to pull a Carlos King with his silk pajamas. It just was not working for me. He talked on somebody's podcast or YouTube show how, I have this fly satin suit, but the thing I didn't think about was when you sit down in satin, you see every wrinkle, and you can. It looked like the arm sleeves a little too tight, too short up on his arm. Look at it, y'all. Them look like it's a little too short up on his arm. And then the beanie really threw me off. Because why? And then he had on white shoes. And one thing about me, unless it's a sneaker, I cannot stand a white shoe. I really cannot stand white shoes. It always gives majorette, especially if it's a boot. It's giving majorette. I had to wear too many white boots back in my days of dancing. And white shoes are just, And I get it. I have white shoes. I own white pumps and white flats for reasons. But I don't wear them unless it's for those reasons. Next we have Noelle. Noelle looks pretty. The ponytail was cute. Makeup's cute. Dress is cute. No complaints there. She's my other top two best dressed. Her and Bria. They look good for the girls. For the guys, my best dress goes to Alex. He had the shirt open, showing a little chesticles. He got the nice jacket on, nice pink blazer. He just looked well put together, as he always does. But he doesn't look corny here, because sometimes he be looking a little corny. And it's like, okay, you really love your polo, huh? You really love your purple label. Okay, I'm not jumping in the pool. This is purple label. Okay, you got me messed up. Summer, I think Summer looks cute. It's a different type of look. Everybody, which I was thinking this too, Summer looked like she's trying to give Donna Summer. You know what I mean? She's got the big hair. She's got the, the little sleeveless dress. It's sparkly. It's fine. I don't think, she looks better than Shanice to me. It's fine. Nothing too harsh to say. Jasmine looks like she's finna go to a business lunch. It's truly she fading to the background, to be honest. Like, she is fading to the background with this little outfit on. If it wasn't for the blonde hair, she'd truly fade into the background. I don't mind the blonde hair. It's different, It's different. It's not terrible looking. But the dress just very much gives, okay, I'm a realtor and I gotta go show this house. That's what it's giving to me. It's not giving, oh, I'm at the reunion. Like, at least give us a sexy date night dress like Noelle. You ain't gotta go full blown, we at the reunion like Bria, but at least give us a sexy date night dress like Noelle. It just really was not given. And I think that's everybody. That's all the looks. Yes, that's the looks, y'all. Like I said, worst dress, hands down, is Jordan. It's Jordan. She was trying to be too, let me be different. It just was not working for me. So, okay, let's get to the show. Last go round for Martha's Vineyard for a while. Did y'all see there were rumors that they were trying to cast single guys for the show? I never looked into it to see if it was real or not, but I hope it is, because it needs to be more single guys in the house. It needs to be more opportunities for some foolery. You know what I mean? Even if we don't get there, at least the opportunity to see something, be like, oh my God, are they going, oh girl, something. It's just, it needs a shake up. So Jasmine and Bria are first chairs. Jasmine's to the left, Bria's to the right. I guess Bria is first chair because she brought a lot of mess. And Jasmine's first chair because she's in charge of the girls, okay? The show is centered around her, apparently. So, yeah. But it's crazy that Bria is first chair, but we don't really get into the mess that she brings to the house. So, as far as it goes, some seating on the left side, we got Jasmine, Summer, Noelle, Preston. Right side, it goes Bria, Jordan, Shanice, Amir, Alex. I feel like Bria and Summer should have traded places. I feel like Bria should have been sitting second chair. Summer should have been first chair. So, Andy on go from go. Andy's gonna go from jump, y'all. He asked Amir, so has Natalie completely cut your pain off yet? Inquiring minds would like to know. She would like to know if his pain is still there. He's like, pats his leg, still there and still got it. So we start off with, I guess, the lover's quarrel, the love triangle. Summer and her comment, like, you didn't even invite the person that you've been inside of. Like, girl, did you just stay at the table with everybody? Everybody. So Alex said, he broke it off with Summer. He told her the last time they hooked up that he need to slow it down because he ain't looking for nothing serious. Summer said, no, that's not how it happened. It just kind of fizzled out. Nobody made a hard declaration to stop talking. So they asked Summer why she ain't tell Noelle that she had smashed Alex. She claims, well, I told her that we hung out. I told her that we hung out. So, I mean, isn't that what people do when they hang out? Not necessarily, girl. Not necessarily. You knew exactly what you were doing. Because even if you felt like you didn't need to tell her that you smashed, you could have been grown enough and been like, you know, there was a little something there between us, and I'd prefer if you not talk to him if we trying to build a friendship. That's all it took. That's all it took. You didn't have to be like, oh, well, I didn't tell you that I made him come like 1,000 times or whatever she said. Like, just so gross. Why should you gotta be so graphic with it? So, like I said, there's two different things. Summer keeps trying to deflect to the fact that Noelle still tried to pursue him after she did find out that they smashed. I mean, true, but we talking about you right now. Noelle tries to make it out to be like, well, I didn't pursue him. I just addressed the flirtations. Mama, stop playing in our face. You full blown. You was drunk, so you probably wouldn't have done it with a sober mind, but you were drunk. And you full on pursued this man. You told him that you like him, and him flirting, making you feel away because you don't want to see him talking to other girls, even though he is single because you single too. Like, you poured your heart out. You absolutely pursued him. To me, they were both kind of foul in the situation. You know what I mean? Summer is foul for giving her the go-ahead, knowing that she still had feelings for Alex, and Noelle for approaching him on that energy, knowing that, you know, it was some type of sticky situation with Alex and Summer. And even though Summer didn't say nothing, it was other housemates that was like, she said that they didn't, you need to go back and talk to her. Like, that should have been your indication right there that she did not tell the truth. She did not tell the whole truth. She told you a lie, okay? So we find out, I can't remember, because Noelle was on Kempire's YouTube channel. So I can't quite remember what was discussed on the reunion or what was discussed on Kempire. I think this part was discussed on Kempire. So we end up finding out, I think it's on Kempire, but she says that they weren't necessarily friends. And we all kind of figured that. But they had only met twice before filming. That's the part where me like, dang, just twice? I would have thought that it would have been a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? She said, how did they meet? So Noelle's roommate is a guy, and Summer was talking to this guy. They were dating. They were smashing. That's another reason why Noelle said, I didn't take it as her really talking to Alex, because she was talking to my roommate. Like, I didn't know she was out there like that, basically. Basically. So she says that, you know, Noelle said she was sitting up talking to her roommate, like, I want to be on that show. I need to be on that show. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I know Summer. You should meet her. So the next time Summer was over, he introduced them. They hit it off. And Summer was like, oh, girl, you be good for the show. Do you want to be on the show? And Noelle was like, oh, who, me? Maybe. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe you think I'd be good for the show. I can just see Noelle, like, putting on. And she said that was their first hangout. And their second hangout happened right before filming. So I get it, on these shows, on these ensemble casts, they want you to be, that's your friend. But I would have been like my homegirl. I ain't gonna call nobody friend. I only met them 2 times. Like, man. But like I said, now that we know that they're really friends, they're not really friends and they were just acquainted, it's not as bad on Noelle's part, but at the same time, y'all are all under the same roof. So there should be boundaries, just because it can get real messy. And if you ain't ready to fight behind it, don't do it. Because someone look like she'll fight you behind it if she knew. They discussed whether they feel like Alex is an F-boy or not. Summer claims that he called himself an F-boy. Alex said, I never said that. They go back to talking about the picture that she snuck and took of him. Because remember, like, he was like playing with his flower or something, and she sneaks and take a picture. She sends the picture to Jordan. Jordan tells Nick. Nick calls Alex and says, hey, what you doing in LA with Summer? And Alex like, well, what? How you know I'm in LA with Summer? Jordan told me. He probably called Jordan up 3-way, and Jordan was like, well, she sent me a picture, so, you know, I ain't want to say nothing, but... So, you know, he felt the way about that. He felt like it was sneaky. It was creepy. Andy was like, you know, what if you had just said, hey, let's take this picture and send it to Jordan? She was like, he would have said no. He would have said no. Next, we talk about Amir and Natalie. Of course, he is still making excuses for Natalie, saying that, you know, she trusts me, but she don't trust the situation. Everybody's like, she don't trust you, nigga. She barely like you. Stop playing. He says that they have bought a house together. Her name is on the deed, but his name is the only one on the mortgage. And he said, oh, you've been dating for how long? A year and some change? What could go wrong? I said, Andy is on one tonight. And I was like, Amir had enough money to buy whatever type of house she wants. Because remember how she downplayed how much he make. I make in a month what he makes in a year. So he had enough money to get you the house you want, ma'am. Okay. They also asked him about proposal, and he's beating around the bush a little bit, but he goes ahead and opens up and says that he has bought the ring. And he says, so did she instruct you on when to propose? Andy was on Amir's tail this whole reunion. He was not letting Amir breathe, and it was so daggone funny to me. They asked why Amir told Natalie that all the girls wanted him, because not one of them wanted him. They also bring up how Amir said that Shanice was touchy-feely. He told that to Natalie. It was just a lot of... I feel like this was one of those conversations where it was like, we didn't even need to hear all of this. Y'all should have put it in some other clip, because they're just talking about how Shanice didn't feel like she was touchy-feely. Amir said she was, and they're like, well, she was just touching like the hand and the arm. It wasn't like she was rubbing up on him. And I'm like, well, if y'all are saying Nick was touchy-feely for doing the same thing, we need to call a thing, and Shanice was being touchy-feely as well. It blows me how Shanice is the most inappropriate one in the house, but she never gets called on it. This is the only time she's been called on it, is Amir telling Natalie that Shanice is touchy-feely. I just feel like it's ridiculous. It really is. So they bring up the fact that Natalie downed his money. Andy asked him, so does that make you feel emasculated? Does that make you feel emasculated that she was like that, but you don't make as much money as her? He said, no, he ain't mad. He's proud that she's so successful, and he's happy to have a successful woman on his hands. Okay. Next, we get to Summer and Noel. They asked him about being friends. Noel said, we're cordial, but I'm cool on being friends. Like, I'm cool on that. And I can see that. Summer had a lot of energy for Noel this season. And I don't know. I think it's twofold. I'll just say this. I think it's twofold. Two reasons. The two reasons that Summer had all of that energy for Noel. One, you flirting with her boo. You expressed that you liked her boo. You still pursue him even after you found out they slept together, even though she initially lied. Two, Noel came in and seamlessly integrated into this group. Summer was jealous of that. She did not integrate so easily into this group. So, yeah, like I said, they only had hung out twice. Noel had also mentioned on Kempire that Summer was still being kind of nasty towards her. She didn't want to talk about it at the reunion, but like there's this picture of them all going to, a Brooklyn Nets game whatever New York team, they went to like a basketball game. All the girls went together. Like, I'm sure it was like some promo stuff or whatever. Sitting courtside. Noelle said that Summer was talking so bad about her, shading her, and just talking mess to all of the other girls. And it was just like, that was the reason why she was like, yeah, I'm cool on her. I'm straight. At some point during the season, we see this clip where Preston had really comforted Summer and let her know, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I can be your rock. I got you, girl. He didn't know that she was going through things because he was too busy going through his own things. But once he found out, once he realized that, he was definitely, being the friend that she needed. He was. I'm not sure if Jordan stepped up and did it, but Preston definitely stepped up to be the friend that she needed. She expressed gratitude for that. They asked the group if people can be going through something and still be a good friend. People are like, yeah, they should be. Summer is just like, well, I get that, and I'm sorry, I'm not making excuses, but she said she does not have the tools and the resources to be able to deal with her own problems, to be able to keep that separate from what she was going through in the house. Very true. She didn't. She talks about, the friendships in the house. She was too busy supporting Jordan and Preston through their things, and she doesn't know how to open up. So she's right. She did not have the tools and the resources to be able to compartmentalize what she was going through. Next, there's this really quick segment of Jordan talk about her alopecia, and she's working on getting treatment for that, and they're glad that she brought awareness to the issue. Next, we get on Preston. Andy asks if his relationship with his dad's side of the family is getting better. Preston said no, it's getting worse because the family is sending bill collectors his way to pay off the dead daddy debt. I said, excuse me? I didn't even know that was a thing. And then for the family to send the bill collectors their way when y'all not even letting, because he said he got a sister, y'all not even letting them come to the funeral, be involved with the family or anything that's going on, but you gonna have them pay the bills? Did they inherit anything from him? If they ain't inherit no mansion or no cars, they don't need to be inheriting no debt. Period. Y'all pay that debt off. Just nasty. I was like, dang, that is crazy to be going through. And it kind of sheds light on where Preston's mind was this season, because he didn't have the outburst like Summer did, but mentally they were in the same space. Preston was full on in his mean girl bag. All this season, his little interview run he did a couple weeks ago, he was in his mean girl bag. And just like he said to Bria on the first episode, are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry? He didn't realize he was lashing out in that moment. It took him a few minutes to realize what he was doing because he had been consumed with, the dad's death and the funeral and everything. And I feel like, baby, that was you the whole season. You was going through it and you was emoting it. You were emoting it because he was different. And not saying that people can't evolve from their first season to their second season, but it just felt like you done got teamed up with Jordan and Summer. Y'all have declared that y'all don't like Jasmine, and y'all ran with it. It was so annoying. So next they asked him about his relationship with Bria, and I feel like he be so annoyed with Bria on camera. It looked like he do not want Bria there. It looked like he can truly do without Bria. But he acts like, he says that he likes her way more than what he acts like he likes her. So she mentions how he took shots at her style season 1 and she didn't like it. He said something in his confessional like, Bria looked like, she taking 2 hours to get dressed for the Miss America pageant and, she just don't hit the mark. He said something along those lines. She didn't like it. He's like, you know what? I was wrong. My bad. But apparently, currently, she has him blocked. I can't remember if they said it was blocked on social media, blocked on the phone, or all of the above. Preston says, well, off camera, I've been there for you. You got into some mess in France and you called me, and I got in touch with international lawyers for you to help you out. I was the only one there for you. Simon didn't even do anything for you, and you didn't even thank me. She said, wait. Simon did do something. Simon bailed me out. So he was there for me too. But I did say thank you. It just kind of ends that there because, I mean, it's he said, she said at this point. If it ain't on text messages, ain't no way to prove it. They mentioned Simon and the flamingo. She says that she told him not to wear it to that evening because it was a black tie event and it was for Nick's deceased line brother. They also bring up the Tribeca soulmate. She trying to make it like it was a joke. Oh, Tribeca knows that was said, and he laughed about it. Ha ha ha, he laughed about it. So, Tribeca still got access to you like that to where y'all had a conversation about that conversation? Is Phil Tribeca? What Phil is? Somebody figure out what Phil is. Is Phil Tribeca? Because that would make sense on why she was so annoyed with him getting close with Mariah. I'm wondering now they got my little hamster wheel running, because it definitely gives that something happened with Bria and Phil, because she's so protective of him and she's like his biggest cheerleader and stuff. But when Mariah is around, it is just like this bitch. Like it's definitely giving a different type of energy and a stronger energy than just what happened last season. So they have that little conversation, but she still claims that she wants to marry Simon regardless. Like she said, even though he's not her soulmate, he's still her person. And I'm just like, girl, whatever. Andy asks if she thinks that Simon is a clout chaser. She's like, no, he's not a clout chaser. Simon's a multi-millionaire. They just don't have stuff like this in Germany. There's like no reality TV in Germany like that. And he really likes what I'm doing, and he kind of wants to be a part of it. They're like, so a clout chaser. Yeah, so a clout chaser. Yeah, so we agree. You think you're really pretty. It don't matter. He a clout chaser. She a money chaser. They using each other. They'll probably get married, be together for a while. She'll probably get a baby so she can get some alimony. But I don't see them being a forever thing. I don't. Where I'm at? Halfway through ish. Jasmine talks about how nobody was really supportive of her pregnancy, and that she felt a way about Jordan making that joke that this might be Silas's first baby, but she doesn't know. Jasmine is entitled to feel a way. Jordan was being shady, and she's trying to act like she wasn't being shady. Well, they don't know. It was a joke, and it was like, girl, don't do that when it comes to my husband and my child. Don't play like that. Andy asks who missed Silas. I think Jasmine, Shanice, and Amir were the ones that raised their hand. Everyone is shocked that Preston didn't raise his hand, because Preston and Silas are line brothers, y'all. So this is kind of like, Preston is starting to give fake. And phony. Preston says that they don't really have a relationship right now. And on his interview spree, like I said, he did one with the Brooke Ashley. He did one with, was it Carlos King? Carlos King. And so within these interviews, I can't separate them out. I watched them like around the same day or whatever. He was really trying to downplay his relationship with Silas and Jasmine. First, he was like, well, Jasmine and I weren't really friends like that. Jasmine was my line brother's girlfriend, and that's how I knew her. So we were around each other, but I didn't know her like that. But then in the same breath, be like, Jasmine changed. Well, if you don't know her like that, how you know that she changed? How you know that this wasn't there? You just weren't seeing it. Make it make sense. She brings up the fact, like, you were in my wedding. Well, she brings that up later on, I think. He was in their wedding. Preston has said on one of them interviews, well, sometimes you don't really put the people that you're the closest with in the wedding. You put the people that you know are responsible and go get stuff done. Although I believe that to a certain extent, especially when it comes to men, you and them people friends. Stop playing with us. Stop playing in their face. That was your line brother. So even if you don't want to call him friend, that was still your friend. You know that man. You know that man. I kind of feel like one scenario that it could be. Preston saw how Silas was acting last season and how he was treating Jasmine and how he was just being a tyrant and seemed like he was about to slap Jasmine across the room and take all her clothes so she can't go nowhere. Just real crazy. I'm wondering if that left a lasting impression on Preston. Because Preston don't give me he would ever raise his voice to his partner, especially if it was a woman, not in the way that Silas was. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking it could have been a situation where he saw how Silas was first season, was disgusted with that behavior, and just chose to distance himself. You know, certain people don't want to be around certain energy. So I'm wondering if that is what pushed Preston away from Silas. We will never know, I suppose. So Bria, was it Bria that said it? Or Summer? I think it was Summer. Summer said, you know, me and Preston are not going to keep taking the blame for the Jamaica trip and not inviting Jasmine. She says, I brought it to the group. I said, do y'all want to invite Jasmine? She says Shanice was the first person to raise her hand and say no. Jordan was the second one because that was when y'all weren't really getting along like that. Jasmine said, okay, well, Shanice, we didn't even have any beef, so why would you say no? Shanice said, you know what, I just didn't want there to be any drama. Jasmine was like, how am I the drama? I don't ever bring no drama. And Shanice tells her, well, there was tension with you and other people in the house, so I just didn't want to have that there. Y'all, I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. I'm really not. They should have stood up and said something. They shouldn't have just let somebody else take the blame. I'm very upfront with myself and my feelings and the people that are around me. But I'm not mad at that at all because season 1, this is technically a vacation. It's being filmed, but y'all are on vacation. And Jasmine was not giving fun vibes. Season 1. She was very judgmental. She just wasn't giving fun. So I wouldn't have wanted her to come to Jamaica either. Now, I wouldn't have taken that and shunned her into a whole nother season, but I wouldn't have wanted her on the Jamaica trip. I really wouldn't have. I wouldn't have been treating them like they did, but I would not have wanted her to come to Jamaica if that's how you was acting in Martha's Vineyard. So she asked Preston, well, what about you? What did you say? Basically, why didn't you stand up for me as a friend? You were in my wedding. We were close. I introduced you to these people. Preston was like, well, first of all, just because you introduced me to them don't mean I have to always have you there or I got to hang on to our relationship. He said something along those lines. But essentially, he is deflecting from really answering this question. Because like I said, Preston really don't have no reason to have any type of feelings for Jasmine unless you've been taking on Jordan's residual hate for her. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Jordan says that basically she felt the way because Jasmine is different. Jasmine is like, well, yes, I'm different. I'm constantly evolving. And, if the people in my life can't take that, then, whatever. They bring up how Jasmine was trying to sell Jordan off to the highest bidder when she was trying to hook her up with a mirror because she was like, She was one of those girls that get a man, get married, and it's like, I just don't want you to be lonely. And I want you to find happiness in a husband like me. If you don't want to work anymore, you shouldn't have to work, girl. We gotta find you a husband so that you don't die alone and lonely. And truth be told, that would annoy the F out of me too. Jasmine was not likable season 1. Like I said, I think they came in giving her way too much smoke come season 2. Especially since she wasn't on that same type of energy. But she was insufferable season 1. So Jordan feeling away about all of that, I ain't mad at that. But I feel like as long as they have been friends, they said like over 5 years, as long as they have been friends, that wouldn't have been something that I would have hung on to that strongly. I would have chalked it up to you trying to find who the new you is, because that happens with somebody, especially when these changes happen quickly. I think she said they were only dating a few months before he proposed, and they got married right after that because he was enlisted in the army. So these things happen fast for her. This is her first time being around her friends since being a married woman. She not knowing how to adjust, and then Silas coming fresh off of boot camp, just screaming and hollering at her. She didn't know what to do and what to be. I get it. But they do not have the emotional intelligence to understand that, or they just was looking for a reason to not like her. It's truly given that Jordan is jealous. I feel like Jordan always felt like Jasmine was supposed to stay the lesser than friend. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, some girls have a friend around, like, not that she ugly, but you know, she's cute enough, but she's not cute as me. She dresses cute or whatever, but like, I'm a model, so she will never be as fly as me. You know, she was living in her car. I've always been living in my nice apartment penthouse. You know what I mean? I feel like Jordan got used to Jasmine being the lesser than friend. And so now that Jasmine is getting these things that she feels like she deserves, Jordan feels like she deserves, then it's getting uncomfortable. I've been through similar things as far as people looking at me like, well, why you got this? Because I worked for it. So I feel like that's what I'm seeing out of those two. Dang, this is going to be an hour, y'all. I guess going through them looks really took that time up. Jordan. Next, we talk about Nick being too touchy. Jordan reiterates the fact that it wasn't truly a problem, like she didn't feel uncomfortable. It was just the fact that he had a girlfriend and she wouldn't want her boyfriend doing how he was doing. The other ladies claimed that they did not know that he already had that convo with Summer and Jordan. So when Natalie brought it up on the hammock, that's why they just freely had the conversation, because they felt like it was still a conversation to have, which it really wasn't, because it was resolved by then. Bria is standing on the fact that she feels like Nick would hit if she was single, or if he got drunk enough and somebody else was drunk enough and the opportunity to hit come along, that he was gonna do it. She just keeps saying that he was flirting, he was smashed, and it's giving you want it, Bria. It's giving you want it. Does Simon know that you want to bang Nick? Because you was initiating the flirting most of the times we saw the flirting occurring. Even when she was like, oh, I need sleep support. Nick, you're not going to be my sleep support. Like, all of that. When you're going to take me to Nobu. You're going to take me to Nobu. All of that. Like, girl, this is you doing this to him, and he's replying. But at no moment did I feel like Nick crossed the line. He didn't like I said, it was harmless flirting. I didn't take it any types of serious. Alex gets annoyed, and he's like, well, you're saying that, you know, he would hit, or he would do that, or he was flirting. We can say the same thing about you. And she's like, and that's fine. That would be his opinion. I would own it. I would own it. You ain't own nothing, my dear. I highly doubt that you would own it. They also bring up Shanice and how she kept saying that she was going to F Nick at the Freaknik party. But it gets glazed over so quick. That's why I'm like, Shanice be so inappropriate. She was hollering, I'm gonna F Nick. Oh, I'm gonna F Nick tonight. Tell your girlfriend she better watch out. Tell your girlfriend she better watch out. And it's like, Shanice is just so inappropriate. So inappropriate. We find out that Nick and Tasia are no longer together. He says that they went their separate ways. Andy asked, was it because of the show? He said the show had a little something to do with it, but it wasn't the main factor. He said he did feel like he embarrassed her on TV, but it was some other stuff too. I think that he wanted marriage and she wasn't ready, or she didn't want it from him. Because remember when they were going to brunch, when everybody else was going biking, but he didn't tell her to bring clothes for biking, so they just went on a brunch ahead of everybody else. They were driving, and he's like, yeah, Mrs. Arrington. And I can't remember what her last name was. I'm going to just say something random. She's like, oh, I'm Robinson, actually. My name is Robinson. And it was just really giving like, this nigga really think I marry him? Oof, child, let me break up with him. He going too far. Because a girl that want that man to propose would have been like, Miss Arrington, where? You finna make that official, or I'm just saying. I feel like her reactions would have been more so along that lines. Oh, Arrington, last I checked, my ring finger was unoccupied. That's probably how she would have did it. She gives me like, okay, type vibes, you know? So yeah, it just was giving the vibes that she don't see this as her forever. Whether that be because he on the TV show, whether that be because of other reasons, but it was giving like, you know, my last name is Robinson. Please stop playing like that, please. They also mentioned that he had wandering eyes because he was looking at the girls twerking, which he was like, like a dirty old man. I was like, Nick, why you staring like that? But I mean, I don't know. Would I have been mad if my boyfriend was staring at girls twerk like that? Maybe a little. Simply because these are people that you're living with. So I wouldn't know like, oh, okay, you watching us twerk and y'all drunk in the mug and y'all can just go walk right to y'all rooms. How I know she ain't finna come get in your bed and be like, let me twerk for you some more, Danny. But yeah, so I mean, I can see that being a problem, but the way that they just keep bringing it up, like Nick was never on that type of energy. He was a look, but not touching, you know, a shoulder or an elbow ain't touching. And plus, Shanice was flashing everybody every chance that she get, and she has no accountability. Nobody is on her about constantly exposing herself in front of these men in relationships, except for Bria. Bria was about to fight her last season because Shanice was in the hot tub naked with they get back to Natalie and how she was the mastermind of the whole mess with taking it to Tasia. Noelle was mad because she felt like Amir sat back and let the girls get attacked while he was behind pushing his girlfriend to talk to Tasia and upholding her being messy in a mug. Andy is like, does Natalie want to come back? Amir basically says, well, yeah, she doesn't like the way things left off. Basically, she wants to fix her image. She wants to get a little shine. She wants to fix her image. Nick said, well, she needs to get to know people and not just sit back and judge. I said, say that, Nick, because that's exactly what she did. She just sat back and was judgmental about any and everything. It was so off-putting because it's like, we don't see her trying to have genuine, regular conversations with anybody in this house. We see her spreading mess, keeping up mess. So no, Natalie, Amir, stay home next season. Oh, it got a little chilly in here. I like my house. It's 68 degrees. And you know, I like it to be cold. We wear robes year round in the house. We wear our house coats. Even the baby be like, I'm cold, need robe. Yes, girl, go get your robe, because my thermostat better not go above 69, 70 degrees. So that's what this sneeze was. It's a little chilly and I ain't got my robe on like I would. I'm doing this review a little bit later than what I usually do, but I'm almost done. Daggone hour. They circle back around. So the episode, the reunion is over at this point, but they kind of circle back around to Summer saying that Shanice can't dress. She doubles down on it. She's like, yeah. And then Shanice is like, it's the way that you said it. You were just so sure. It wasn't even your question. It was just like, Shanice. Someone was like, no, that's not how I said it. I said it more like, Shanice. Like she did. Like she didn't want to say it, but she wanted to say it. So, messy nonetheless. And so Shanice is like, well, Summer, you had asked to borrow a sweater the very next day. Summer said, yeah, because I know how to pair it better than you do. I know how to put it together better than you do. Shanice is like, well, I wore your dress better than you. Summer said, no, you didn't, girl. Please stop it. We get a question from Brooke from New York, which is the Brooke Ashley here on YouTube. I'll be watching her channel. She is hilarious sometimes. And they watch her reviews, so sometimes they'll put a little tea in the comments or something like that. And that's the one who interviewed Preston. Mama go to work. Yeah, girl, mama at work. Brooke's question was, so why are you smashing these high profile guys and you bragging on talking to these high profile guys, but you don't get no money for no clothes? Make it make sense, sister. She claims that, she was only talking to him. She was only smashing. It wasn't like she was the girlfriend, so she wasn't asking for no money. Well, girl, stop bragging on it. Stop bragging on it. You ain't got to be any girlfriend for him to buy you something. Get you something cute. Be like, oh, I wanna show out for date night tonight. Let's go buy me something. Let's go buy me a new dress. Something, girl. Something. So, yeah, stop bragging on it. Stop bragging on it if you ain't got nothing to show for it. What the old ladies be saying? A wet booty. They say a word. A wet booty and a dry pocketbook. Girl. But yes, y'all. That's it for this review, this season 2 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Like we said at the beginning, it's on pause right now, so we don't even know if we're getting a season 3, and if so, when we're gonna do a season 3. Like I said, they probably doing a whole Real Housewives of Atlanta shake up to where it's gonna take them a whole nother year to cast and get it together. I'm hoping. Make sure y'all like the video, thumbs up me, baby. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share the video with a friend. Comment down below and let me know what y'all think about this season, okay? Do y'all want to see a season 3? Let me know in the comments if y'all even want to see a season 3, or y'all like, nah, we good. We don't need no more of this mess. I would like to see a season 3 with a little shake up. I would. So let me get in here. It is now 6:20, y'all. I need to help my husband with dinner. I need to play with my baby. I got laundry I want to put away. I need to pack a lunch for tomorrow. I just got so much I need to be doing. I need to call my sister-in-law so we can discuss this whole Meg the Stallion. This whole Meg situation, how we gonna get there. She gonna meet over here, I'm gonna meet over there, all of the things. But yes, y'all, make sure you like the video. Throw it in people's algorithm. You know how this go. Bye-bye.